Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. So, after a brief interlude, we're back here right at the same exact place, same night, and just a few minutes later, still 5:30 now, p.m. And we're here, and now we're going to be moving on to the next product to try. Now, if you haven't watched the previous video, you don't have to, nor do I expect most people to have. We reviewed the Beefy Crunch Burrito from Taco Bell, and now we're going to try the Cheesy Double Beef Burrito from Taco Bell. I got both of them. It was only $2 for both of them. I said it was a great value. Let's get it. Let's review them both in one setting, and let's pump some stuff out here. So, now we're going to be moving on to the next product. Again, it's the Cheesy Double Beef Burrito. Again, it mostly focuses an emphasis on the cheese sauce, which you saw what it did to the last one. And, of course, the rice. Price also, just $1 for it. But this one says, you know, we're going to put a little more beef in this. We're going to take out that crisp and that crunch, right, from the damp, soft chips. And instead we're going to put more beef in it. Now, while I might say, you know, that cheese sauce just ruined the last one, why do I expect this one to be any better? I will say, perhaps, this extra serving of beef that they put in there, if they really stay true to their name and do that, perhaps this extra serving of beef will actually kind of cancel out the cheese sauce that ruined the last one, and it might make for a pleasant tasting little snack. Here it is, you can see. There it is. Standard in a standard tortilla, or tortilla though, and we're just going to begin eating it, and that's what we got. So this one is the Cheesy Double Beef Burrito from Taco Bell, going in. We'll take a few more bites. If you take a look in, you'll see how the balance is right there. Very easily you can see that the beef is right here, and then the cheese and the rice is here. A very even split right there in that regard. I think that beef is looking good though, so I'm going to take a bite into that, and then we'll start talking. You know, sometimes I can talk bad about Taco Bell's beef. I even shamed it on national television. But being honest, sometimes it can, you know, it can do you good. It can hit the spot, and it could actually be somewhat flavorful. When the balance, of course, is right, and when the other factors are not at play, like they were in the last one. Now, as I reiterate, the Cheesy Double Beef burrito, it was, yes sir, Cheesy Double Beef Burrito, differs again from the Cheesy Crunchy Beefy Burrito in several ways. Again, there's no crunch, those little chips aren't there, the ranch isn't there, and allegedly there's an extra serving of beef, okay? And I believe that there was in this one, and I think that did lead to a much more positive eating experience and a much better flavor for this one. Alright. You bite in, and really it's just a combination of the cheese sauce and the beef. There's some of that rice there, and that's still, I think it is the rice that gives it a little bit of spice. I could see when I was looking at it, I could see a little bit of seasoning on the rice there. And I think that is what is the main source of the spice in this burrito. Now, nonetheless, here's what we got. Alright, you bite in the two main flavors of the seasoned beef and, of course, the cheese. Now, the beef this time you were able to taste a little bit more. Now, the beef, of course, is never anything really quality, But the beef itself does offer a good saltiness, you know, a little bit of juiciness, nothing too extreme there. Again, it's not the most high quality chopped meat that they use, or ground beef, or whatever your term for this, for your part of the country is for that type of meat. But, you know, by far, it still has a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of juiciness, but again, nothing really extreme about it. Still, however, it's something you're able to taste, and it's something that's able to balance out that horrible cheese that they use. Now, there is some of that cheese, again, very plasticky, liquidy. When you eat it, you can't really get it out of your mouth. It just sticks to everything. Relatively tasteless. Just has that plasticky type of taste, and very unpleasant. However, because there is that extra serving of beef, don't you do that. The little fly landed on the camera, and I'm crawling. Get out of here. I don't know if you saw it, a little fly landed on the lens, and I shooed it away. Anyways, so really it's that beef that is able to balance out that horrible cheese, and it's able to disperse it a little bit more, and that wasn't able to happen in the last one because there just wasn't enough beef in it, and also that ranch kind of just blended into this liquid mess. However, because of the beef that was here this time, it was able to disperse the awful cheese and make it a bit more bearable. Now, some of the rice was there, it also helped to kind of absorb some of that cheese, and gave you, again, that little bit of spiciness, but this time it wasn't that noticeable. Overall, though, imagine this. It's just a standard taco of cheese, and that's it, pretty much. Rice isn't the most noticeable thing. I know they try to emphasize it, but it's not the most noticeable thing. If anything, you're just going to notice these little, there's a little bit of spice in there, and that's it. That's all that it really serves, that and perhaps decorative purposes. Okay, now that we know that it tastes a little bit better than the beefy, crunchy burrito, for the price, it's $1 again, $1. I think it's very filling. If you're going to go for the two, I highly recommend getting the Cheesy Double Beef Burrito rather than the other one. I know it might seem enticing that they show the crunch and the ranch dressing and everything in there. Believe me, I guarantee you'll probably enjoy the Cheesy Double Beef one a lot more, because that cheese will just wreck the other one. It'll just ruin the experience, and it just won't be as pleasant. Whereas this one, you get more beef, it kind of is able to disperse that cheese, and it's able to make it a lot more of a pleasant eating experience, a lot more flavorful, and a lot more enjoyable. But it's $1 for each one. You got $2. You want to try them both also? Go for it. Give it a shot. You got yourself a real cheap meal right there for just $2. You can't complain about the price. Price is great, and that's what we got. Now this one, as I said, is better than the one we reviewed before, the crunchy one. So out of 10, I'm going to be rating the Cheesy Double Beef Burrito out of 10 from Taco Bell, of course. I'm going to be giving this a 7.72 out of 10. That's a 7.72 out of 10. Simply because the cheese doesn't ruin it this time around, and that was the big thing that ruined the last one. That cheese, that real poor quality cheese, and just too much of it, didn't ruin this one, and just simply because of that, made this to be a lot better and a lot more flavorful. That's all I got for you in the end. This is Running an Empty Food Review. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and today we reviewed the Cheesy Double Beef Burrito from Taco Bell, and also you can check out our video beforehand where we reviewed the Beefy Crunchy Burrito from Taco Bell. This one was better, and that's all I got for you. We'll see you later, and take care.